All right, it's 5 o'clock. I'd like to call this regular board meeting of the Fire Commissioners to order, June 27th, 2023. All commissioners are present in person. Commissioner Thompson, would you lead us in pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The next thing I would like to do is, looking at the agenda tonight, I would like to take one item off of the agenda, and that is agenda item number 7, MOU, dealing with the return of unvaccinated firefighters. We looked at the MOU, and there's a number of things that have to be worked on. The MOU has not been run by legal. The MOU that I saw did not have space for the commissioners to sign, and the commissioners do approve all MOUs. So I'd like to have a motion and a second to remove that item from tonight's agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I move we remove item number 7 from tonight's agenda.
I'll second that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, our motion has been made and seconded to remove that agenda item 7. Any questions, comments? You hearing none? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you. All right. In terms of the minutes, we have 4 sets of minutes to approve. We can approve them all in one batch unless there were any comments that somebody, corrections or whatever somebody wants to make about any one of the meetings.
We accept all 4 minutes as a group.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second it. That's one street.
Okay.
I read them. They were all prepared in great fashion as usual.
So there's been a motion and a second to approve the special meeting on April 24th, special meeting on May 22nd, regular meeting on May 25th, and special meeting on June 15th, 2023. All in favor of approving those minutes, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried unanimously. Thank you. Commissioner reports, commissioner comments, excuse me. Commissioner Bolton,
No comments tonight.
Commissioner Berger,
I'll save mine for later. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Thompson,
None for me, thanks.
Mr. Bedino,
Nothing for me today, thank you.
and nothing for me. All right. Agenda item 5, public comments. Any public comments? Okay, hearing none. We'll move on to commissioner committee reports, and I don't believe there are any. There's nothing in the packet. All right. Agenda item 8, administrative team report.
I believe that you have the full packet from staff. If you have any particular questions, please feel free.
I'd like to add something to my report. Our lid lift again is August 1st this summer. From the district perspective, we are beginning our educational campaign, if you would. We have a mailer that's in development, FAQ, that will be hopefully dropping the week of July 17th around the time voter pamphlets are sent out so that voters can make an informed decision. Community Affairs Officer Brad Cheney has developed a video presentation that he will be disseminating via social media. The mailer will also be digitized and disseminated via social media. And we are currently reaching out to service clubs and educational opportunities there. So This is about the time that we ramp up for the effort. So you should see a flurry of activity in July ahead of the election. That's it.
Under, quick facilities, there was a note about one of the 2010 engines wound up needing some major suspension work. What condition and, someone at one time had mentioned we were a little short on, reserve engines. It's a comment made in previous meeting. Where do we stand on the reserves?
Well, one of those reserves, one of the 2010s that you speak of was involved in an accident the other day, a fairly substantial accident. It sent one of our members to the hospital, and he was released pretty quickly. There's significant damage to that rig, and I'm not sure that they fully quantified how much damage there really is. That rig is out of service. It remains to be seen if that will ultimately be totaled based on its age and the damage. The other 2010, I can't speak with any real definition as to its condition, although it is in service, short of. But overall, I'd say we're down a couple of rigs, keeping in mind that one of our newer rigs is back at the Spartan factory with repairs ongoing. I just received an email about an hour ago from our sales rep that both that rig and the heavy will be updated tomorrow. We will be updated tomorrow into their conditions. So it could be that we're going to be getting one of our rigs back pretty soon, which would kind of zero out the deficit that we have. But overall, we're down 2 rigs.
Yes, we're down to.
Yeah, 2 engines we're down.
Does that have an effect on the rating year evaluation?
It could potentially, but these are even the longer term versions that we still own the equipment. But if it's not in service for a long period of time, that could potentially create some issues for us. The downside, just in general terms about fire apparatus, whether it's fire engines or ladder trucks, it doesn't matter, is there's a very long lead time now in production. And it's pent up demand, panic buying in some cases, because there's so much unknown. There's also a pretty significant emission standard change coming. It's going to impact engine builders. That all translates into long lead times. So even if we were to order today, we wouldn't see fire engines for at least a year and a half.
Thank you.
It seems like there's a lot of engines standing up over there by Costco.
Yep.
Any more comments on the administrative team?
I just wanted to comment, Mr. Chairman, that, again, the staff report is very comprehensive, very detailed, very thorough on the status of all the different divisions and activities in the district. And I wanted to commend all the staff involved, especially Mitchell Lee, for giving us sort of a composite of where the teams, at least some of the teams, stand on implementing the strategic bridge plan, and others as well. I know Chief Crossan's also touched on that, and others. We're going to be having a session coming up in a couple of weeks, going into that more depth, but this is really good stuff. It's impressive to see how much progress is being made by all the different teams to implement the bridge plan. Thank you.
I usually just start, page 1, but now I jump to Executive Director Gannon's report first to see what quotes he's leaving. So.
Appreciate that.
For the other, if they put pictures, then maybe we'd look at theirs first. Bent fire engines or whatever.
Bill, I was looking for a term, and I think I found a term that I guess it's been too long. If I've heard of it before in the fire service, I didn't remember what it meant. I think it's in, I think it's in the Assistant Chief Vulcanberg's report. Dave, you said something about, was it 50 deep
Oh,
on the run cards?
the 50
Can you
people.
elaborate a bit on what that means? Maybe everybody else understands what 50 deep means, but I only think of a swimming pool or something.
If you, yeah, not quite. If you think about our response models, it's basically response capability or response unit number 1 through 50. And so as it goes to look at who goes to what call, if this engine is not available, it goes to this engine. And if this engine's not available, it progresses down the list of resources until it finds somebody in service to send to
This
the,
is all done by computer now, even though you
Yeah.
refer to run cards, right?
yes, Valleycom does.
So 50 deep is a generic term,
Yes, it's a very generic term.
maybe 49 or 51 or whatever the number is. but
Yeah,
50.
and we're exploring the option of moving our battalion chief up in the order in the north end so that they will go on calls more often.
I understood the substance of it, I just didn't realize what the term meant.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Elaboration, explanation. I don't have any questions.
Further on that, it seems that group has, tied up its work on the VC communications, but there's still work to be done.
Yes,
The communications committee, is that-
no, are you referencing Captain Anderson's document?
Yes.
Yes, there's still work to be done. Unfortunately, we had to cancel our BC's meeting because of a conflict with the labor management. But we've been talking to the battalion chiefs individually about that document and what we can do to make things better.
Seems to be, that seems to be a critical issue.
Yes, Agreed.
They're, during a shift, they're the lead folks. We rely on them and they need to be closely knit with their stations.
yes, I think we all agree.
The distribution of the report around the district is great. That's a great thing to do. I think it keeps it consistent with the transparency and probably gives a lot of people a completely different view of that they had of the district.
Okay, June budget.
Okay, well, we are nearing the halfway point of the year. Things are looking really good. Last month I reported we were just a little bit under where we should have been for revenue. Checking the latest revenue report, we were at 52% revenue received, so that's great. On the expense side of things, everybody is watching their budgets closely. We do have a number of unfilled positions still. But overall, from a budget perspective, we're looking really good. At this point in time of the year, we should be at 50%. We are at 48.15%, putting us at 1 0.85% under budget for the year. So looking really, really good right now. For the particulars, Summer's here tonight.
All right, mid-month utilities total $135,624.12. Accounts payable warrants totaling $1,136,782.27. Payroll direct deposit totals $1,348,746.67. EFTPS payable taxes totaling $280,307.58. Medical claims processed as of June 20th, 2023 totaling $193,892.01, bringing our total to $3,095,352.65.
I have a motion and a second to approve the financial report.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the financial report and, pay the bills.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion's been made and second to approve the financial report and pay the bills. Any questions, comments, on the report?
Good job, everybody.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you. All right, agenda item 11, executive session. It's the first of two executive sessions tonight. At this point, the board is going to adjourn into executive session for RCW 42.30.140 4B relative to collective bargaining. Anticipate this executive session lasting for 30 minutes. Action may or may not be taken after the executive session. Joining the board in executive session will be Executive Secretary Perry, legal counsel, and all of the negotiating team that is here in the room. At this point, we will recess for 5 minutes to get everyone transferred into executive session. At the end of executive session, we will take a 2-minute recess to get everyone transferred back over to the regular meeting.